Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to this message. This message is also going to be not only a channeling and a reading, but it's also going to be there's a lot of galactic activation that is flowing through this message to you. So if you wish to receive that, this is coming in from the Pleiadians, the Arcturians, the Lyrans, the Blue Avians, and the Syrians. So they're all here in this message today, okay? And they're bringing through activations, and they're probably helping you anyways, right? So the message is that, like, at this time, and like as we move forward through October and November, but right now in this moment, this week in particular, with the activity with the sun and the solar storms and the Schumann blackouts and like timeline jumps, like it's crazy. And that's all like popping off and going crazy because it's reacting, it's moving, it's connecting, it's all in sync with the 3-eye atlas. So I did an offline reading that's for purchase. You can find it over on the community page, like a couple posts down probably, if you want to go watch it. It's really good, all about AI Atlas. Because there's a lot of things that I can't say here anymore on YouTube. They're just cracking down on us like crazy. It's wild. So anyways, mediumship gifts, psychic ability, clairs, telepathy. That is what is activating on fleek right now. On fleek. Like X-Men style, like superhuman. Because that's what we are. We are essentially the Lightworker X-Men or the Shadow Worker X-Men. You know, we're here fighting the evil in the spiritual warfare. And our greatest weapons or tools are not physical things, maybe crystals because you can throw them at people, but our gifts. And so right now that's what I received. And it was a download I got like 2 days ago, but I've been really busy and just doing stuff and helping out like with family stuff, and my grandma who's, you know, been in the hospital. I thought she was going to be out of the hospital, but then they actually kept her in longer, so it's been a whole thing. So this is the moment. We entered Libra season. This is what the eclipses did. So it's like, this is how it's showing up in my familial lines. This is like how things are, you know, opening or crumbling or making people to think or reflect. Like, you know, for instance, like my father, you know, that's his mother, and she's in her 80s and she's already frail, and, you know, and then she had to go in for this emergency surgery. So now my dad is in this deep, like, inner hermit reflection, like, mode all of a sudden, because it's making him reflect on a lot of things. So that's an example, you know, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing. It's the stuff that we don't think about and we ignore, you know. So all of that stuff is what's been, like, you know, that you've been moving through and that you've been, like, transmuting in such beautiful ways, right? So congratulations. I want to say congratulations, because if this reading finds you, like, you are ready. You are ready for this next level. And the download that I specifically received was mediumship gifts activated, Galactic code and numerology 333 was like a part of this download. So 333 is like, you know, all around the message. Okay. So mediumship, like highly activated mediumship gifts and psychic ability gifts. Okay. Because there's a lot of things happening on Earth, or things that will be happening, where these things need to be turned on for more souls, like, you know, so that we can be like, like with our spidey senses and our radar, and we can go, okay, I'm tuning into this over here. Like, I feel like maybe, you know, there's going to be an earthquake or a tsunami or whatever it is. And so, like, someone like me, like my prophetic oracle oracular gifts, I see stuff like that. There's been so many times where I've like predicted things, and I like will talk about it, and then it'll happen, but I don't even know it happens because I don't watch the news mainstream and all. I don't do any of that. and they, like, people will reach out to me. This has happened so many times. They reach out to confirm, holy, what you said. Like, I'm not going to get into it, but like, for instance, the huge earthquake that hit Thailand and all that, like last year, whenever it was, or 2 years ago, or I don't even know. See, like, but I saw it happening and I talked about it, and when it happened, I had no idea that it actually happened, and people reached out to me and was like, what you said happened. So it's like that. It's, you know, and you guys know me. If you are new here, welcome in, Mars. I don't know if I said my intro. I'm Erica. I am a psychic medium and a priestess of the Magdalene, Isis lineages, Magdalene, Isis, and Hathor lineages. So welcome in. Let's get into the message, because honestly, oh, and thank you, Spirit. The other part of the download that goes with like the mediumship gifts and all that is, it was very specific, New Earth, New Earth scribes and like historians, writers. Your gifts are being activated right now. Those of you guys who resonate with being like with past lives as an oracle, as a scribe, you know, as the magi to someone very rich, or a king, or, you know, I don't know, but like there's some, like, so if that resonates with you, you know, writing, like if you love writing, if you do poetry, if you're writing music, if you write, you know, journal all the time, you know, or if you're like, I just really feel called to write a book. So you guys are the ones that are, I mean, look at our world today. Okay, without the documentation of certain things throughout history, we would have no clue, right? So it's like you're the documentarians or whatever of New Earth, and so you're stepping into this new level, and you're ready to start documenting, piecing it all together. You know, writing that book that's going to help many light workers that are just awakening, or how to tap into the Akashic fields, or, you know, whatever it is, you know, it's a big deal. But you're here to document everything that's happening. Document your spiritual awakening, your ascension, what you go through, your deaths, your cycle deaths, your rebirth deaths, your tower moments, you know, your moments of victory and reward and happiness. You know, like, for me, I've been going through so much it's been a long time, like 2 years straight of just straight, like, getting, you know, shit after shit, like, thrown, you know? But that's how it goes when we're moving through soul growth lessons. Like, that's what, right? Like, that's where we gain our everything from, you know? So, but it's been heavy, right? But, like, I knew it, and you guys know I've been, like, predicting October as this magical month, and the 1010 portal, and like just all the things, and like, you know, and how it's like it's a month of magical, like Venusian, like love and soulmates and passion and coming together and union, and so trust me when I say that's happening, because I predicted it like 3 weeks ago. Those of you guys that follow me on Instagram, you guys saw me or heard me. I said, I can feel my beloved coming towards me, and I feel like he's only a few weeks away. That's all I'm going to say. My prediction was right. So, when I say, you know, you're here and all these things are activated because you have a lot of work to do, and that's what it really is. So, like, you're going to be integrating into this new cycle. You're going to be integrating into your new blessings, your new partnerships, your unions, your relationships. You're going to, you know, your new career jobs, whatever it is, you're, you know, starting your new business, or maybe expanding in your business and branching out, and, you know, so there's this central point right now of the materializing for you, okay? But this is also the point where it's time for you to get to work. Like, you've been in the, like, cocoon, like, doing everything you need to do to just, like, survive ascension, basically, and heal. And now's the time where you're the butterfly, and, like, spirit is so loud, and they're like, okay, like, boom, gifts are being activated. In fact, activations are pouring through to you through right now from them, from the starships is what they're is what's coming through from our starships. So it's as if they're like hovered above somewhere and they're just shooting down, like it's just coming down like a funnel of light and quantum geometrics and symbols and things like that. So if there's anything that is like weighing on you or that you want to like pray for, this would be a moment, because you're being bathed in all of this beautiful energy, like the star galactic codes and stuff. I would definitely take advantage of that for a moment. But anyways, okay, so let's go ahead and finish this reading. So gifts are open. The store is ready. It's open. It's ready for customers. Like, you're ready to get to work. You are integrating. I just saw 144. But you are the new earth scribes. You are the temple keepers. You are the ones that, 1,000 years from now, your writings, your books, your teachings, are your journals, all the things, they're the things that are going to be like, people like, wow, like this is when, because we know that this is like the moment of Earth's time that it is never experienced. It's never happened. We know that like all the things that happen, biblical stuff, blah, blah, but this right here has never happened. So if you're a soul that came here for this, it's because you are ancient. A lot of ancient souls came here. We came back here because we've had so many lifetimes here. It's like, we know it. And this is the moment where we all band together. That's why I started my Circle of Light Mystery School, to create unification and to create circles of light, where that light doesn't go away when our gathering ends. That light remains, emanating out into the galactic, into the field of Earth and the grids, and you know what I mean. So anyways, if you want to sign up, we would love to have you. We meet every Saturday. It's like 4 times a month. We're only 1 class in right now, or 1 gathering in, and it is recorded on Zoom. So if you're interested in signing up, just send me an email, GypsyCowgirlTarot@gmail.com. The month is 111 USD. And if you guys want to connect with my gifts one-on-one, whether it's through twin flame guidance, because I am a twin flame, and that's a part of my mission here, or past life Akashic reading, or you're like, I really need help with like shadow work and my inner child and like going into my darkness, like I need help with that, I'm here for you. Also my quantum energetic healing sessions, and that is like a whole whirlwind of channeling and sound healing and light language and just everything, Reiki, and okay, so it's a lot, but powerful. So it's all in the description box. Just send me an email, okay? Like, I haven't even taken 1 card, but that's okay, because the channeling is the best part. They're saying like, you're ready to rock and roll. And the mediumship stuff, like, you're gonna start having a lot of interactions with angelics, with fairies, with dragons. You're going to start seeing more interdimensional beings, very like super strong, like, like in meditation and when you're doing breath work, or in the astral realms, like a lot of like really like intense like interactions and visions, okay? But also with mediumships, in particular mediums, we can commune with passed over loved ones and spirits and things like that. So we're able to be channels and conduits for that type of spiritual realm. But yeah, so it's opening up a lot, and you may actually even see like apparitions or like a shadow figure that just, right, like, okay, people have all kinds of opinions about like, seeing like shadow figures and this and that. Listen, if you see like a shadow figure show up in your bedroom and it's like a full like, shadow figure, because I've seen that before in my old roommate's house, and I walked by her room and there was a huge shadow figure in her room, and she was a shaman, and she was like, no, I just cleansed in there, there's no way. And I was like, no, I walked by and saw him. He was tall and pure dark, pitch black, like a shadow, like a dark shadow figure, standing in the middle of her room, like looking towards her bed. And then she went in, and then she like did whatever, and she was like, she came back out, and she was like, oh my God, you're right, like that's crazy. So we had to guide him and then basically banish him. But because he so my point with that is like, as your gifts come in, because you could see ghosts, You could see spirits. You could go to a cemetery of a loved one where you just want to go put flowers on their grave, and then you could maybe hear whispers or children laughing or music playing, or, you know, and there's no one there. Okay, that's how it works. I get it's audio. It's like audible. I hear them speak. They tell me words. They tell me sentences sometimes. They tell me names. They tell me places, birth dates, like, you know, or they show colors or symbols, or you'll hear music, or you'll taste food or smell food. So like, especially if you're clairs, like, and everyone's not going to be like this, but like me, my clairs are very open. So like I can taste things. I smell things. Like, it's psychic sense, psychic taste, psychic hearing, you know, psychic seeing, psychic feeling, like, you know, all those things. But those are the things that have been activated in you. And this 3-eye atlas, working with the solar energy of the sun and all, it is doing some work for us, okay? It's also helping to relieve and pull out a lot of bad energy and infuse you, like, not bad energy, but you know what I mean, old energy that you haven't moved, and it's uncomfortable for you. It affects you somehow. It blocks you. So it's helping. It's like a vacuum, like just sucking it away, and then, like, so you should start feeling lighter, happier, you know, just more like feeling like, I kind of feel like me, but like maybe like a version of you that you know, haven't felt in a very long time, you know, stuff like that. But it's like this new version of you at the same time. The divine matrix. You are so connected. That's what we're talking about, is the divine matrix, and your gifts connected to the divine matrix. Interconnectedness with everything, everything. You've awoken to that. You understand how everything works. It says synchronicities. Your synchronicities are going to be off the chart, but pay attention to your synchronicities. Are you being shown things about like engagements or diamond rings, or, you know, taking a trip, or, you know, the love of your life coming in? Are you seeing kind of like whispers and shadows, or, you know, of these things? That's the universe reflecting to you what you're vibrating in and what you've been calling in, and it's reflecting it back to you through a synchronicity, letting you know, hey, this is about to happen in your life. So if you want to know what's coming in or what's around you, just pay attention to that. God in, like, coincidences, there's no such thing, but God incidences, God, that's different. The halls of learning, yeah, the halls of learning. It's literally like you have been through so many battles, through hell and back, over and over and over again. You have persevered. Your soul has evolved immensely. That's why you're ready for these activations and these gifts that are coming through. So it's time to receive, first of all, and it's time to step into the new version 2.0, upgraded, elevated, high frequency badass that you are. Spirit guides. I've been talking about the spirit guides. I'm talking to the spirit guides, but also it confirms about your mediumship gifts, etc., about the spirit guides and being able to commune with the angelics. Like, how I talk to angels, I see, you know, Goddess Isis appears to me, I speak with her, you know, it's like that. But that didn't just happen overnight. Like, I had to be intentional and tune in, and you know what I mean? Like, ask her, like, come through, I want to mentor with you, like, guide me, Isis, or guide me, Mother Mary, guide me, Yeshua, guide me, Jesus. Confirmation, and great lessons. So I'm going to leave it here, because that's your confirmation that you're done. Like, you're done. You're done now. You've been in the halls of learning, and so now you're going to take everything you've learned and you're going to wield it into divine gold. The Lovers, oh my God. And the Strength card, two major arcanas, but you know what, the Two of Cups is powerful. So these came out together. I just wanted to ask the tarot, like, before because I'm going to go right now, what's coming in. And you got the Lovers and the Two of Cups. This is your reward. You graduated from the halls of learning in the divine matrix. So I love you. Congratulations.